Alright, December 23rd, just around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good morning and welcome back to Muteki.com for today's chart of the day. Now, before we get into the chart of the day, I just wanted to remind you that I'm not going to be trading these trade setups live due to the fact that we are in the holiday week. Okay, and I suggest that no one trades live during this time here in the market and just waits for the fresh start of the new year. But with that said, let's go ahead here and take a look at the Euro Great British Pound on the 4-hour compression. We can see here first when we open up our screen that definitely, very obvious thing here is that we can see trading north or a slight bull rally here is occurring off of the massive bear market that has come here off of the beginning of December. Alright, and I'm pretty much interested in analyzing what's happened most recently in the market being at this point right here. I'm looking for the most recent information here in the market. And basically what I start doing when I'm looking for the most recent information is I start looking at what's happening. First off, what I can see here is that I'm coming off of some sort of line of supply in this market, that line of supply was broken at some point here because we're seeing nice price action, so demand here is overcoming this market. So basically what I'm looking at here is areas in the market where I want to start to look for potential retracements to occur where I can start my analysis. And basically starting off here from this point, we can see that this movement, when we take our retracements, does not see respect by the fib retracement, so we do not regard that. Okay, you can see that it comes back to a start point, and we have that same type of occurrence happening here throughout the market until we see this nice break right here. We see a pullback, and then we see continuation for a movement, we see a pullback, and we're seeing continuation here in the movement. So I definitely want to see what is happening here in this market. Okay, more precisely, I want to see exactly what's happening right here in this market. Is that my initial movement in there? Am I starting to see progression in this market? So let's go ahead here and just give this one little click so we can have a bigger view at what's exactly happening. Now, first off, let me just grab my fib retracements. I want to verify that this market did indeed stick within the retracements. So we do have respect, as you can see there, that the market respects the 61.8 retracement, and you can see that respect in the market. And then we can see that from that 61.8 support was found and the market continued to travel north. Now what we want to see next is our fib expansions. Okay, because this is going to be one of those setups here that I'm going to use retracements, expansions, fib zones, then look for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave combo to get me in on a trade. So we have our fib expansions now on the screen. Okay, and we're dealing with a smaller move here, as you can see, because our initial movement is fairly small. Now what we're seeing here so far is we're seeing a nice initial movement, a retracement in that market. We're seeing here a payment of a 61.8, which is a confirmation movement. Okay, what we can see here is a retracement. It looks around a 23.6 retracement. We haven't yet placed our retracements to verify. And furthermore importantly, what we're seeing here is a continuation of that movement. Notice how we have a spike here in that 4-hour candle, and we're continuing here to see momentum north. So what we're looking at this point is a reason to get in this setup. Now we have not yet verified that we can indeed trade the setup. What we need to now do is place our fib zones on this. So let's go ahead here and insert those fib levels. Go ahead and switch the colors so we don't get confused. Okay, now I've placed my fib zones up on here, and basically what I'm looking for is an overlap at a fib zone with a fib expansion. And look what we have happening right here at the 161.8 fib expansion. We have a perfect overlap with the 144 fib zone. So this area right here at around the 0.9000 price level has become my area of profit taking in this market on a trade opportunity. Now, what we have seen here so far is a classic example of the setups that we look for every time here using the method that I trade. Okay, and what I'm talking about is we have seen our initial movement, we've seen the retracement of initial movement, We have seen the payout movement here being to the 61.8, making within reach there of the 89 fib zone. Okay, from there we have seen a pullback, but we can't really see this clearly here until we get down to a smaller compression. So let's go ahead and do that so we can take a better look at exactly what's happening. Okay, so here is the payment of the 61.8 around the 89 zone. So now what we want to do is we want to take a look at our fib retracements of that movement. Okay, and we're going to make those black. And here what you can see is that this market coming off of the 61.8, 89 fib zone area, we have a retracement from the top of that movement to the 23.6. Nice consolidation here on the 1 hour compression, folks. This is very important that you notice what compression we're on so you can see exactly what is happening here in the market. Okay, now furthermore, what you can see here is that there was a 382 immediate, and we're seeing here the bounce that brought to the 23.6. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so let me go ahead here, clear this off, and show once again. So from the top here, what we're saying is that we had immediate pullback, 382. We saw strong price action. Okay, and the market consolidated here around the 23.6, and from there we have seen a nice continuation movement. Now, what we have happening here is we have our first movement, our 2, our 3, our 4 being the pullback. Okay, and now our 5 is going to be our completion movement. And where that 5 is leading us to is towards up above, where we have that overlap of the 144 fib zone with the 161.8 fib expansion. Now, great opportunities here to enter this trade. We're coming off of that 382 area. After this nice area of price action, you could have dropped below your retracement and had a very good risk reward trade opportunity coming here, where you would have been looking for around 70 pips of profit and placing a 30 pip stop. Okay, and then continuing on here, you can see again further opportunity now coming here at the break of this top on this candle right here in the 1 hour compression. Given that we're seeing nice price action here coming into New York's open, we're definitely going to see this market here continue for the payment up above. So that's a great setup there. Again, I'm not trading it because I'm not interested in trading live money. I do not suggest that anyone else trades live at this time, but just a great example here. And if this were a different time of the year and we were in trading mode here, I would definitely have looked to trade here at this point right here in the market for this point here. Okay, so great stuff here coming from Muteki.com. Thanks for joining us once again. We'll look forward to talking to you again soon. Until then, have a great day and happy trading.